have a social media presence? Anybody here not have a social media presence? Everybody's got some kind of social media. Perfect. The whole point is that to understand that it's important, it's kind of just the way that the world is now. There has to be some kind of digital presence. There are some people in this world that don't have a digital presence, but 50% of the world population is under 30 years old. Facebook is the largest population source. YouTube is second. China is third.
Oh, there you go.
Instagram is seventh. LinkedIn is eighth. Twitter is ninth, and the US is 10th in population. So all of the social media avenues that are kind of the biggest have more people in them than the population of China or the United States. Crazy. It's a lot of people. So one of the things that I've noticed is in being on Instagram is that people don't have to know you to like you on Instagram or to follow you on Instagram. So in Facebook, it's a little different. Facebook people are the people that you pretty much already know. But Instagram, I follow people all over the world and they follow me back. So it's much more world oriented than just, than Facebook is. 2 out of 3 people get their news from social media. From a Facebook perspective, this is where you get away with some of that. So if you're creating a Facebook page, I would tell you Facebook is a social media network that allows you to use your business. So in Facebook, you have to have a personal page and then you have to create a business page. You can't just create a business page. You have to have a personal page in order to create a business page. The other one that I like is Instagram. It's picture-based first. So for me, like you have to have a photo or a video, you have to have something, it can't just be a quote or words. And so I think that works really well with real estate. And sometimes it's the funnier the video or the funnier the photo or the cuter the video or cuter the photo, the better, the more you get. It's considered the #1 branding platform. Essentially, you're telling your story through video and photos. This is where the hashtag thing became such a big deal. It's super easy to use hashtags now in Instagram because you can just start typing them and it gives you a million suggestions. This is how you get national following, is by using hashtags, because people follow the hashtag. And if your post comes up in their feed because they follow that hashtag, then they'll like your page. So that's the reason to use hashtags. If you've never tried it, then it's pretty, it's a really good thing to start trying to use is hashtags. I think it has even more following now than it used to. Oh, the other thing is location. And you can do this in Facebook too. If you're ever posting something about a house, especially any kind of real estate, anything like that, add your location, because people follow locations as much as they follow hashtags. So every time, if I post at my house, I add it to Denver, even though I'm not Denver. Gen Z, they're 70% of Gen Z on Instagram, 34% of them on Facebook. In millennials, there's quite a few more on Facebook than Instagram. LinkedIn, we mentioned. This is definitely much more professional. It is a much smaller community than Facebook and Instagram, but it builds you that professional credibility. It does create kind of a list of connections. And it can be professionals that have the same job as you. I don't like having a lot of friends and followers that are real estate agents. But I do, right? But I do like insurance agents are fabulous people to be friends with, especially on LinkedIn. Any loan officer, anybody like that, I am friends. I've made some really good connections from some of those. So they say that it's best for lead generation and marketing. I have never dug into LinkedIn. I have this packet of information sitting on my desk that's probably been there for 3 years that's supposed to tell me how to use LinkedIn for lead generation, and I've never dug into it. But they say that that is the way to go if you're looking for lead generation and creating that professional network and then sourcing that. The thing to understand is that if anybody ever approached you on social media or on the street or in your kid's school or whatever, always go back to that universal call script. And when you understand the universal call script and you really spend time with it, it comes down to like 4 or 5 questions. That's all it is. And understanding what those 4 or 5 questions are is creating your conversation with anyone about real estate. And then the last thing that we want to do is make sure that we set an appointment. So if somebody reaches out to you through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever, the goal is to meet them face to face. 80% of the people you meet face to face will sign a contract. So if you don't set that as your goal to make an appointment with them, then you've kind of lost that purpose of that lead. My suggestion to you, and I think I said this before, I'm going to say it again probably a million times, is that you want to make 10 phone calls a day and you want to schedule 2 live appointments a week.